Hi, welcome back to ODE YouTube channel. Today I'm here for a short review, I hope. I don't want to make this too long because I showed you this pen before and it is similar to other pens from the same brand, so I don't think we need to make a very long video, but because there are people that like to be able to search online for the pen they are interested in or the pen they already have in their collection, I think it's useful to show as many variants of the same pen as possible. So let's go for it. First, let me ask you, please don't forget to like the video if you like it in the end, and to subscribe the channel. And let's see. Here inside we have a Kaweco, and it is a short box, so it is a Kaweco Sport. It could be a Kaweco Lilliput, but it is a Kaweco Sport. And it is a special edition that I showed you before. I got this one from Appleboom, where I bought it, and this was a special edition made for only the Netherlands and Belgium and Luxembourg. It came with that little sticker and the booklet. I forgot to show it to you, but here they are. But it's not anything new. You already know that this comes always inside the boxes. And here you have the pen. The pen comes in that plastic sleeve that I showed you, and this is the Paladin Evergreen limited or special edition for the Benelux, so Netherlands, Belgium and Luxembourg, and it is AAL Sport, and it is green, and it is the first green AL Sport that we get. I don't think Kaweco makes that many green pens. So let's take a look at the parts of the pen. It has this medallion chrome trim on the chrome colored on the top of the cap. Then we have this octagonal shaped cap that is common to all the other Kaweco Sports, and then you have in one facet Paladin Evergreen, nothing on the other facets, and the opposite one you have Kaweco AL Sport Germany, which is the usual engraving that you have. The rest of the barrel is very short, at least the part that sticks out of the cap, quite short, and it is cylindrical. It has a little step down and it is cylindrical till the end, nothing on the end, just that little dimple there. The cap unscrews. I turned it a lot more times than you need to unscrew. Let me line like this and let's take a look. One turn, more or less one turn, and you have a hourglass shaped section, not very pronounced, but it is. It is a slim section, but not as slim as you might expect for such a small pen. It is almost of the same diameter of the rest of the barrel. And then you have a steel nib with the Kaweco logo there, and the engraving Germany and the year, which I cannot read here, but I guess it's 1883 or 1883. And on the feed you have, let me show it with reflection of the light, the Kaweco logo there, upside down, compared with the nib. Then you unscrew the barrel and you'll have access to the inside, where you have the threads, the cartridge, or you can use a short converter from Kaweco. One thing that's nice is that on many of these AL Sport, they do the finish, the final finish on the outside of the pen, but sometimes on the inside here they leave as it was, the original version. And I would say that I think a green Kaweco AL Sport with this shiny finish would be nice, but this matte finish is also very, very nice. I like the matte Kaweco AL Sport, so I think I prefer them this way, but I think that a shiny color like that would be good. Kaweco Sports are usually used for many people, by many people, as eyedroppers. This is not the one where you'll do that because it is made of metal and it's not recommended. Now let's see some size comparisons. I went for 2 green pens. I usually compare it always with a Parker Centennial Dufold and with a Lamy Safari or a Lamy All-Star. This is a Lamy All-Star and this is a Parker Centennial Dufold. And this is the check, the olive check version. It's a very beautiful pen. It's hard to see it is green, but believe me, it's green and grey, beautiful. And this is the All-Star, Lamy All-Star charged green. It was a special edition and it's quite beautiful. Both greens have nothing in common with the Kaweco green. But, so let's take a look. The size of the pen, the Kaweco, is quite small because it is a pocket pen, as I showed you, but it is meant to become a full-sized pen when you post it, when you uncap the Parker Dufold. Now, I'm not going to post the Parker Dufold because it was not made to be posted, and you have a similar sized pen in terms of length. In terms of thickness, it's not, and the nib size not also, it's much smaller. And when you compare it also with the Lamy Safari or the All-Star, you can see that the Kaweco is just a little bit shorter when posted. So this is a full-sized pen when posted, and I think that's what means to be a pocket pen. There are other small pens that I don't call it pocket pens. I will call it like mini pens because they try to emulate mini pens, but they do not become a full-sized pen when in use. Okay, but that's a matter for other videos. Now, this is a special edition for the Benelux. As I told you, there were 2 other special editions for Benelux of the AL Sport, and it was the Petrol, which was very controversial because it should be petrol color, and yes, it is, but in the photos it looks like something and something else than when you're looking at it live. But when you look at these, it looks like bluer, and with this direction it looks like grayish, so you can really see the color shifting depending on the angle of the light that hits the pen. So hard to describe, and this one is very, very beautiful. One of the most beautiful Kaweco AL Sports ever made. This is the Explorer, very beautiful, with black trim, with the blind engraving there, not filled with ink, and then you have a black nib. This pen is really, really beautiful. I'm not sure if this one is still available. That one is not. And this one, maybe it is. I think at Apple Bloom website it's not, but maybe, I don't know, Fontoplumo. I will search for it and I will leave a link for it if I find it, because you may want to get one like this. Now, let's go for the final things before I go to the writing sample. I want to address a topic that I never did before, not for any special reason, but just because I wanted. I remember to talk about it. First, I want to show this pen with the June Bride Something Blue, which was a pen made for I think it was Thailand or Japan, not sure now, and the Kaweco AC Sport, which is a very nice green, but it's different, and it is also aluminium, but it has the carbon fiber inserts. Now, let's go for what I was telling you about. There is something that can be a little bit annoying for some Kaweco users, for some people that like some consistency. Of course, Kaweco can do whatever they want. I'm not criticizing, I'm just showing that. Is that Kaweco uses lots of font types when they are writing. So the kind of letter you have on Kaweco is the same you have on Sport, but then the AL is a different font, and the Germany is also a different font. And when you turn the pen around, you have the Paladin Evergreen, which is even a different font from all the others. This is the Sakuralucent, which was a beautiful edition for Japan. And you can see that the lettering on the other side is completely different from any of the lettering here, and even different from the lettering on that part. And when you think of the Jude Bright something blue, it is a pen that doesn't even have the branding Kaweco AL Sport. You know it's Kaweco because it's there and because it is on the nib, but no other Kaweco AL Sport as the other ones have, and it has another different font. So some people get a little bit annoyed with this. They would prefer some consistency, but I think this will be something that Kaweco will adjust over time. But meanwhile, it's quite interesting because when you're collecting, you'll be able to date better from when your pen is, when you're collecting and organizing your collection. Now let's go for the writing sample and see how this pen performs on paper. So here we have our pen and paper upside down, and let's just see how the pen performs on paper. And so this is the Kaweco AL Sport Special Edition Paladin Evergreen, a beautiful green pen with a fine steel nib. By the way, I forgot to tell you something that I usually say. The pen is quite comfortable, balanced in writing, no problems with that. The ink it has inside is the Kaweco Palm Green. The paper is the usual Rhodia dot pad. And about the writing experience, I would say this is one of the very good Kaweco nibs. Some people complain a lot about Kaweco nibs. I don't have any reason to complain so far. However, I can see they have lots of variation between them. This is one of those that have a good flow, although it's not a wet nib, as you may see. You do like this and no smear at all. But I have to say the Kaweco Palm Green ink is quite dry. The nib is really fine, but it has a very good ink flow that allows you to write really quickly. And I think this is great. You can write quickly, and with this ink and nib combination, you can write quickly and will not smear if you go over your fingers almost immediately. See? Just a little bit. But if you want 1, 2, 3, no smear at all. So, good characteristic. About very smooth, almost no feedback when you write with the reverse side. It is possible, it is smooth, it becomes much finer and it will eventually dry and stop writing. But you can write just a little note and it will keep up with you for a few words. So this is all I had to show you. There is always that part of the line variation you can try to force, but it makes no sense. It's not comfortable. The pen has a rigid nib and it's made to write with no flex. It's a pocket pen to be used in quick notes. I would say this is not a pen for exquisite calligraphy. So this is all that I had to show you. Thank you for watching. If you want to see other reviews in more detail about Kaweco sport pens, AL Sport or anything else, you can check my other videos. I have a playlist that is called Kaweco Madness, and you can see all the videos that I made about Kawecos, and there are a lot. This pen is virtually the same pen as all the other Kaweco AL Sports. The differences are just on the looks. I invite you to join the Facebook group. It's the Kaweco Collectors and Users group on Facebook. I will leave a link below. Join us. We have a nice community that will be very happy to help you in your decision of buying a Kaweco, not only a sport, but any other Kaweco that you want. And we will be also available to guide you through the different models and variations if you want to become an active collector. I also invite you to subscribe and to keep watching to my videos. So, thank you so much for being in that side today. and I hope to see you soon. Bye.